Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video, I'm going to introduce you to a cool little collaborative project that's going to be going around the blacksmithing community here on YouTube. And this was started by Yamez over at Island Metal Forge. Now he's tried to start something like this before in the past, which was a Forge Around the World plate, and it kind of got around the world a little bit and then it stopped, unfortunately. But we're hoping to do a little something different with this book. So this is called the Forge Around the World book, and in it, what we're hoping to accomplish, and what Yamez is hoping to accomplish, is that we can collaborate with multiple YouTubers, online blacksmiths, even maybe some large blacksmiths, maybe that aren't even on YouTube, and then people that are in the actual blacksmithing community here on YouTube, of adding their touch marks, which is kind of like a signature that can be added to this book. So I'm going to be making my contribution to this. And then I will be sending it over to John Switzer over at Black Bear Forge. So you'll want to definitely check him out and follow John Switzer over at Black Bear Forge if you haven't already. Also, I will leave a link down in the description to Yamez's video, his original video about this, and that way you guys can get a lot more information on it and all the sentiments behind it. But it's a pretty cool project if you think about it. There really is no registry of touch marks for blacksmiths, and it's kind of how we leave our mark on the world and you know, have a longer thing. So in the digital age that we have, this is kind of like our online registry, and then we have something physical. So if you want to get in on this project, you need to contact Yamez at Island Metal Forge. He would be the great contact. I'll send this to John Switzer, and then he'll come up with who he would like to send it to next and work all that out. But yeah, so Yamez at Island Metal Forge, he's already got his touch mark in here. I, however, will have to leave my mark with this plate being heated up. So that's my first goal, is I'm going to heat this plate up and I'm going to drive my touch mark in it. So it should be a fairly fun little video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you, Yamez, for including me in on this. That's one thing I love about the online community here on YouTube, is that there's all sorts of things where there's so much division in the world that we have today that we can all come together around something as simple as putting some touch marks in some steel plates. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Okie doke, so first things first, I'm gonna need to take out these little rings. They're just copper, so it's super easy to take those out. Hopefully I can get them bent back around. One of those things, sometimes, well, you think it should be easy. Let's see, come on, stop fighting me. Bah! That's what I get for opening my mouth and running my mouth before actually attempted to take these out. So I'll take those out. Now these rings will probably work harden over time, so the rest of the people who get these are probably going to have to anneal these a couple times. So that'll be a fun little project. So we'll take off the front cover of the book here, separate the plate pages, and there you go. Hopefully you guys can see Yamez's touch mark right there. Let me bring you in a little closer for a shot here. See if we can get in a little closer on it, and you guys can still see. Hopefully. There's Yamez's touch mark. It's a pair of crossbones and a little palm tree. So that's a pretty neat little touch mark. So all right, so back you all back out a little bit here. I'll set these other plates aside since we don't need those just yet. And let's go ahead and get this started. I think I'm going to go right next to Yamez's touch mark. So that's the part that I'm going to heat up. Use a pair of tongs here, flat plate tongs. And we'll get that in the fire. Remember, always get a coffee break. Still good. One particular thing I'm interested in seeing is how this plate morphs over time. One, heat expands steel and it kind of displaces it. So sometimes, you know, what started off as a flat plate, once you heat it, it can warp some, you know, so, and as people add touch marks, introducing stresses to it. It's going to be fun to see how these plates end up looking after they're all touch marked up with people's various touch marks. Now, I have a very small touch mark. It's actually really small. It's meant to fit into a 1/4 inch plate. I'm onto an end of a 1/4 inch rose stem. So I can't even show you the detail here. Hopefully after I get it touch marked, I can bring you all in a lot closer and you can see it, see it up close. We'll get the up close details of my touch mark there. But so a lot of people will have regular touch marks. Now this is just like a stamp. This is what I used for years. It's a little impression art stamp. Come in real close here. See if you guys can see that a little bit. And it's just a basic cross, just a basic cross touch mark. And man, I gotta have some really good calluses if you could just sand your touch mark clean with the palms of your hands. Anyways, so yeah, so it's just a little basic cross. That was my original touch mark. And here's my new school touch mark. Hopefully y'all can see that somewhat. It's basically a small anvil with a little cross in the center for Christ-centered Ironworks. All right, so let's see what we got here. We'll pull this out. It's almost up to heat. We are almost up to heat. Hopefully you all can see this okay. And I'm in shot, and everything's in focus, and you're loving this content. Let's hope. I'm gonna check it with my little handy dandy checker. Thank you, Dana Maggiore, for the great sticker. Looks like we're in focus, so that's good. All right. So here we go. We'll pull this out. Nice and warm. Doesn't have to be super hot to add touch marks. It's something to remember out there. You don't need a plate super hot to touch mark. So if you're at that failing of heat, if you're at the lower ends of the heat spectrum, that's okay. That's usually all you need in order to add a touch mark. So just like that, and many months later of Yamez waiting for me to be able to get to this video, there's my touch mark. So let's see if you guys can see it there. Hopefully you can see how that looks. Obviously that's horizontal because I can't fit it in frame otherwise. Now you guys can see, so there's my touch mark contribution to the book. We add it there. It'll be interesting to see how everybody else's touch marks go. Some guys are actually going to add some details and dimensions to the book. They're going to add some different things to the book, maybe do some engraving work or little add-ons and stuff as they go. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody else gets into. So we'll let this cool down and we'll put the book back together and we will get it shipped out to John over at Black Bear Forge. Thank you everyone for watching this video. John will have this shipped out to you shortly. And make sure to go over to John Switzer over at Black Bear Forge and subscribe to his YouTube channel and click that bell for all sorts of notifications. If you want to do the same here, greatly appreciate it if you do. Also, make sure you check out Yamez over at Island Metal Forge. Give him a sub. He is really active in participating in the blacksmithing community online, and he's just a really cool guy. So you should go give him some love as well. So that's it for today. God bless you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Remember, coffee. Still good.